Oh, I appreciate it.
Okay, we'll go ahead and bring the city council meeting to order. I'd like to first ask everyone to stand and join in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Phyllis, could you please do roll call?
Craig Koshaw.
Here.
Matt Dyer.
Here.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Here.
Scott Murray.
Here.
Wiley Sirk.
Here.
Okay. Were you all given a chance to read the minutes from the previous meeting on November 15th?
Make a motion to accept them as emailed. Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. First, I want to welcome a couple guests we have from the high school. 2 members of our Mayor's Youth Council, Sydney Keene and Victoria Hamrick are here. So thank you guys for coming.
Welcome, ladies.
We do have a public hearing, but it was advertised at 7 o'clock, so we'll wait till 7 o'clock to have that actual public hearing. So, yeah, we'll start with the final reading of ordinance 2022-20 to vacate the alley on Elm Street. So Phyllis has that ordinance. First 2 readings, I believe, was in the last meeting.
So this is the third reading. Okay.
Reading.
That's the 2022-20 you said? Okay. I'll make a motion to place ordinance 2022-20 on its third reading by short title only.
I'll second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2022-20, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana, which vacates portions of an east-west alley which was dedicated in the Cook second addition to the town, now City of Decatur, Adams County, Indiana, as shown in Plat Book 2 at page 42 in the office of the Recorder of Adams County, Indiana.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-20 on its third reading.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Scott Murray.
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes.
Okay.
Motion pass? Yep.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Johnson.
Joe, if you want to, it's passed, we'll record this, and then I can forward it, or we'll forward a copy, or I can forward a copy of it. Okay.
It's 2.
Okay, I guess we'll skip around a little bit until we get to 7 o'clock when we can have the public hearing. I need to make a matter of record. Kathy Deal, who works as in the utilities office as a clerk up there, wrote a letter saying, I am writing to formally notify you of my retirement from my position of utility clerk for the water department. I intend to retire on December 9th. It has been an incredible honor to work for the City of Decatur and all of my team. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time with the water department. I am leaving with a great deal of gratitude towards my coworkers and supervisors. I am grateful for the opportunities and support I have had during my time here. I have loved my job here, and I will look back on my job with wonderful memories. So,
I'll make a motion to accept that as a matter of record.
Deal.
Neil.
D-I-E-H-L.
Second. Thank you.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay.
And her replacement has been hired, I believe.
Katie Kowalczyk started training with us, about 2 weeks ago maybe, something like that. She's doing a great job. Kathy's been here for She was here before I started back in '09, so
13 years.
probably 13 years. She's done a great job up there with, basically it's a customer service position, for the utility department. She's done a great job. So we thank her for all her help and her service to the city. Okay. The next thing I was going to announce, and Jamie's not here, but Jamie is now OKRA certified as a grant writer.
Wonderful.
So that's a big deal for us.
It is.
So she finished all her classes and everything about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So she is now OKRA certified direct grants. So that was one of the stipulations we put on that position was, that you had so long to be certified, and she finished all that recently. So I thank her for doing that extra work, and we'll look forward to allowing her to write some grants for us.
They just announced this last week some major money.
They did. Yeah, they did. And we're looking into some things a little more. So she's been looking into a lot more grants lately. So now she can actually write the grants.
Yeah. On the side note, it was announced today in the paper how Trine just received a boatload of money from that Ready grant.
Oh, trying to.
Yeah. For some programming
Okay.
of education in the area of medical.
Really?
Yeah.
So they received it for medical programming. Okay. It's good to know. I mean, there's $50 million in Northeast Indiana.
I know.
Okay, Kurt, you want to come up and talk about 710 Schermeyer Street and 138 North 2nd Street?
We're still working on it.
Well, I ran the numbers. I guess we just need to decide what you want to do. Sell them, you keep them,
Well, can we take one at a time?
knock sell out.
710 Schermeyer Street, we have appraisals on that, right?
Right.
Is that just an empty lot, or is it that?
And then you lot.
Okay.
You said 710?
710, yes, Schermeyer Street. Obviously, we've seen a little bit of growth down there. There's some new houses going up, some other places getting cleaned up. In my opinion, it'd be nice to keep that moving.
So we just
The best
put it on the
process.
market?
Sealed bid?
So first, the city would need to declare that that property is surplus property, and then council would need to make a decision about how they would want to market it. So it would either be put out for a sealed bid, or you can contract with an auctioneer and put it up for auction, public auction.
So you need a motion to say that it's surplus property, or?
That would be the first start,
That
right?
would be the first step, yeah.
Yeah. I'll make a motion that it's surplus property.
Second.
Motion and second, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay.
Can we tonight take that next step?
Can we make a decision to go with sealed bid if that's what they want to do?
Yes,
Or auction?
you can discuss and make
Yeah.
it,
Is
yeah.
there benefits one over the other? Any opinion?
There's probably a cost to the auction, or the sealed bid would just be the advertisement.
Right.
Right.
The sealed bid will only be able to be sold at the average of the two appraisals, right?
Correct, it serves as our,
Where the auction could go whatever the auction goes.
it would still have we would still have
Well-
a reserve.
The sealed bid can still go as high as it goes. It's just,
Oh.
there's a floor to it with the average of the two appraisals.
Okay.
So we
In
can still
both cases,
Right.
There's reserve?
Yeah.
What's your guys' thoughts?
Sealed bid sounds less expensive. I like that idea.
Yeah. And yet, in an auction, if they've got a couple of people that really want it, it can go crazy too.
Can you, I think I was in the solid waste at one point in time, can you do sealed bids with the option to raise your bid at the meeting? Is that legal, or? 'Cause I thought we did that at a solid.
Yeah.
We've done that for farm lease, for our farm lease bids here in the city and with Salt Waste Management District.
I mean, I don't know, that could be wrote up in the ad that if you turn in a sealed bid, you'd have the opportunity to bid
To be
higher
present.
at the meeting.
Oh.
So it would get you,
when it's-
kind of get you an auction without paying an auction.
When it's released, if the person is present, they could step up and say, hey, I'll do, is that,
I don't know if it's to statute, but I think that'd be the best option if it's possible.
So do we make it known publicly what the appraisals are?
no.
No.
I'm just asking, this is the first we've
Right.
moved excess property like this.
I like Tyler's idea.
Of allowing sealed bids and then the option of raising their bid when the bids are open at the meeting?
For this property, for the value of this property, it's not very large.
Right. Right. I just want to see it get in the right hands if somebody's going to develop it.
Right.
The only thing with Matt's point, though, about the appraisal, I mean, you don't want to be getting a bunch of offers for,
Less? Way less?
yeah, and then we're going to throw them all out. I don't know if it's, we're stating that the minimum bid has to be X amount of dollars, so that it starts at that.
In this
In this
case,
case-
it might make sense to go ahead and put that out there.
I don't know, I'm just
But
asking.
if you for some reason don't get a bid and you get into a negotiating point with it, does the city become at a disadvantage by kind of putting out that they
Right.
couldn't even get that amount for it? Now you're taking pennies.
Right.
But
I
it
think
makes
we
sense.
tried the
I
first
think-
process, and if it doesn't work, then we have to revisit it.
Okay.
If we,
So sealed bids, no release of appraised valuations, and an option to raise the bid if you're present at the time of the bid opening.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. You want to make sure you have that?
Do you want to move forward with sealed bids? Because I would like to verify that the ability to raise the bid at the time of bid opening is an option.
allowable, yeah.
So do you want to move forward with the sealed bid process regardless?
yeah,
And include an option to raise the bid if
Yes.
it's available?
I think.
Yeah.
Did you also mention a reserve on it also?
Reserve.
I think we're going to try going without it at first.
We're not going to announce it, right? That's what you first said.
You can always, if you take it this way, and we don't get anything that meets the reserve, at that point, you could relet the bids with the reserve known, too.
Okay. That's my motion.
I'll second.
Motion is second. So if two bids come in under the average of the two appraisals, then at that point in that meeting, we would let them know that those can't be accepted.
Didn't meet reserve?
Right.
Right, and if we can
And if
let them
somebody,
raise it at the meeting.
if they want to raise it then,
Right.
They could do that.
right. Because right away on the first sale, we can't accept something less than the average of the two appraisals, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So basically, it's sealed bid, bidder, if present, can raise price, meeting reserve.
Yep.
Sound right?
That's the motion.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign?
I guess the only other question is when do we want to do that, Mike? Is it something that needs to be
I'm sorry, I didn't.
advertised and
What did you say?
what date?
When do we want to do it?
When do we want to take bids?
Oh,
Like the next meeting or January sometime?
I would say the January meeting.
It may need to,
How long will it take
Yeah.
to
we're going to need to
advertise?
I believe there's a statutorily required period of time that the
Okay.
bid process needs to be open, may need to be for upwards of 30 days to allow for bids. So,
I'll make a motion to shoot for the last meeting in January if
okay.
statutory allows, I guess, time frame.
What date is that?
The last
17th of January.
Yep. So we'll get it advertised right away, and we'll shoot for the 17th of January to
Okay.
hopefully open bids if it's allowed.
Does that work, Ann?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was a very confident one.
Merry Christmas.
Someone's got a busy schedule right now over here. I can attest to that.
Well, if for some reason it doesn't work, we will
Yeah, it doesn't, I guess.
we'll make an alternative.
Well, we just said basically we're shooting for that meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Was that a motion, or is that just a suggestion?
Just a suggestion.
Let's just make it a
because we gotta,
suggestion.
yeah, let Ann
All right.
research
Yeah.
some things.
Okay.
It was just a
Yeah,
suggestion.
yeah.
See if we can do this legally.
Okay.
They're giving me a break.
Given some wiggle room.
Okay, and then the other one is 138 North 2nd Street. I can tell you we're looking at some grants.
We still have conversation.
For it right
I
now?
would say we table this.
There are some grants out there
Yeah.
through the National Parks Association that we're looking at right now and trying to find out. We just found out today that we could be the grantee for these certain grants, so I think we need a little bit more time on this to go before we actually make a decision on what to do. Because we might be able to get some grant funding to help someone move it into a habitable space.
I'll make a motion to table decision for future use of this property on 2nd Street.
Yep.
Second.
Motion and second. Kurt, do you have anything on that?
I was sort of concerned about it.
All right. Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, thanks, Kurt.
And that was 130.
Okay, Chapter 7, we can go ahead and suspend this meeting and move into a public hearing.
I'll make a motion that we suspend the council meeting.
Can we hold
and-
on
hold on,
just
Karen.
a second?
What?
I think don't we need to pass this first resolution first to amend the plan and then do the additional appropriation, because that's really what the public hearing's for. And
Yes, there's kind of an order of operations to it. So we're going to have Resolution 2022-18 for consideration, and this is a resolution to amend the ARP plan to increase the appropriation that goes toward the bonus pay for the City of Decatur employees. It's been approved for $93,000.
yeah, but we
And
need to
there
do
would
this
be
one
an
first,
increase
actually.
of appropriation of an
Okay.
additional $10,000. That additional funding would go toward paying the civil perk withholding. So in the course of trying to make this work, Phyllis has talked with a number of other communities and with State Board of Accounts, and it was verified that yes, it is a requirement that civil perk things would be made a part of this, and so that wasn't originally taken into consideration with the original amount appropriated for use for the bonus pay. And so this would be a resolution and approving that additional appropriation. So council would need to act first, and then we'll need to have a public hearing on that.
Everyone clear on that?
Yeah, so in this
That clears that.
resolution is the bonus pay is just being increased so we can pay the city share of PERF.
Okay.
So that's why we're increasing the bonus pay. It was at $93,000.
It's not changing the direction or anything,
No,
it's just
adding
adding
more
extra
money
amount.
to it so we can pay the civil perf.
We found from the state that because this is income, that they have to withhold perf from it.
All right. So this is 2022-18 resolution. I'll make a motion to introduce resolution 2022-18 by short title only. I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign?
Resolution number 2022-18, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Decatur amending resolutions 2022-9 as amended by resolutions 2022-13 and 2022-16 to increase the appropriation for bonus pay to account for civil perf withholding within the city's ARP plan.
Make a motion to pass resolution 2022-18. I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay.
Yeah, thank you, fellas. So now that resolution has passed and there's been approval by council to increase that appropriation, there needs to be a public hearing to be able to get land from the public.
Make a motion to suspend the meeting and open the public hearing.
Second.
Motion and second to suspend the council meeting and open the public hearing, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign?
So we're now in a public hearing for the purpose of discussion and hearing public comment on an additional appropriation of $10,000 from the ARP plan that would be used to pay for civil perf withholdings associated with employee bonus pay that has already been approved and is part of our original ARP plan. Is there anyone who wishes to speak for or against this additional appropriation? Seeing no one, or hearing from no one, it would be appropriate to close the public hearing at this
I'll make a
time.
motion to close our public hearing.
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign?
I'll make a motion to reconvene our city council meeting.
Second.
Motion and second to re-enter the city council meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay.
You need to close it again for another public hearing?
No. So then do we have this resolution now for,
No, this is the resolution for the additional appropriation.
first one was the amendment to the plan. This
Now,
one is,
we're
No.
asking for the additional money put into the budget. Sorry.
Okay, so that didn't put it into the budget, that just
Correct.
gave us permission to
That just amended the plan,
the plan.
so,
Okay,
yeah.
so now we're
No.
going to put it into the
Budget.
budget. Okay. So I'll make a motion to introduce resolution 2022-19 by short title only.
Second.
motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign?
Resolution 2022-19, additional appropriations for the ARP Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Grant Fund. And this would be for the $10,000 that was just approved in the plan amendment.
Make a motion to pass, pass resolution 2022-19.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay. Okay.
Just one sheet.
And if you guys have any questions about this later, feel free to email me or Jamie and we'll clarify what that was all about.
Actually, yeah, I should have said that. We probably only need 5,000, but I thought if we're told something else in the future that we need more money, it's in there. So if we don't use it, it just stays within that appropriation.
Still in the general fund.
Right. Well, in the ARPA fund.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. But
But yeah, we can
it's in the
assign-
bank account.
Yeah, it's there.
What's the time for when we have to allocate the rest of that money?
Allocated by 2024.
24.
Spent by 26.
That has to be allocated by the December 31st of 24.
Okay.
We'll be here before we know.
So I had ordinance to amend salary ordinance, but then I had all this over here where I'm handing off to you, so.
I have all of these.
Well, if I could have your autograph.
Very nice, though.
Okay, everybody's on that one. Okay, so now we need to make a matter of record that I did publicize the legal for the additional appropriation.
So moved.
Second. Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. And that was the advertisement for the
The
Public hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to do, now we have, how many ordinances are there?
I have three ordinances.
She's trying to beat her dad.
Gee.
I'm not even gonna try.
We're going to go out in 2022 in a flame here.
Yeah, there's a few. So, with ARP, or bonus pay coming out of ARP, that's an additional source of income and wage for employees. It requires an amendment to the salary ordinance. And so, ordinance 2022-21 reflects the amendment to ordinance 2021-19, which is the ordinance that set the calendar year 2022 wages for employees. And this simply adds a provision that defines the time frame for when an employee must be employed with the city to qualify to receive the bonus pay. And so you must have been in active payment status between the time of July 12th and December 2nd to be able to be eligible to receive the bonus pay. And so that's what this section and this ordinance represents.
Okay.
So.
With that, I'll make a motion to place ordinance 2022-21 on its first reading by short title only.
Second. Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
An ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur amending salary ordinance number 2021-19 regarding the addition of COVID-19 bonus pay using ARP funds.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-21 on first reading.
Second. Motion and second, roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Scott Murray.
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. I'll make a motion to place ordinance 2022-21 on its second reading by short title only.
Second. Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2022-21, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur amending salary ordinance number 2021-19 regarding the addition of COVID-19 bonus pay using ARP funds.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-21 on its second reading.
Second. Motion and second, roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Scott Murray.
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. I'll make a motion to suspend the rules to place ordinance 2022-21 on its third reading by short title only.
I'll second. Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2022-21, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur amending salary ordinance number 2021-19 regarding the addition of COVID-19 bonus pay using ARP funds.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-21 on its third reading.
Second. Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Scott Murray.
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes.
Motion passed.
And so those are just signed by the mayor and Phyllis.
And that's it on the pay right now. It's going to vacation, or holiday. Or is this still?
Yeah, we gotta
So
do that yet,
with,
too.
again, regarding, well, actually, no, this doesn't have anything to do with COVID or bonus pay. Last month, Board of Works approved the addition of a new holiday, and council approved the 2023 holiday schedule. With the addition of a new holiday, that increased the amount of paid time off to employees, so that makes the need to adjust the brand new salary ordinance that we
already...
So we need to amend the salary ordinance, and then it also impacts police and firefighters, and they're under a different ordinance that covers how their holiday duty compensation works when they have to work those holidays. So the first ordinance that addresses this is 2022-22, and this amends ordinance 2006-12, and that this amendment adjusts the holiday duty compensation for police and firefighters. It amends for police, it would allow them 14 days off of work with pay to compensate for working holidays. And then it would amend Section 3 as it relates to firefighters. If you're a firefighter working 24-hour shifts, you would be allowed an additional 8 days off of work each year. With regard to firefighters working a regular 40-hour week, they would receive an additional 14 days off, and that's an adjustment. It had been 13. So that's the crux of
That's
the
the ordinance for 2022-22.
Correct.
I'll make a motion to place ordinance 2022-22 on its first reading by short title only.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2022-22, an ordinance of the City of Decatur Common Council amending ordinance number 2006-12 regarding the holiday duty compensation for police and firefighters.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-22 on its first reading.
Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Scott Murray.
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. Make a motion to place ordinance 2022-22 on its second reading by short title only.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2022-22, an ordinance of the City of Decatur Common Council amending ordinance number 2006-12 regarding the holiday duty compensation for police and firefighters.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-22 on its second reading.
Second.
Motion is roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Scott Murray.
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. I'll make a motion to suspend the rules to place ordinance 2022-22 on its third reading by short title only.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2022-22, an ordinance of the City of Decatur Common Council amending ordinance number 2006-12 regarding the holiday duty compensation for police and firefighters.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-22 on its third reading.
Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw,
Yes.
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Scott Murray,
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes.
And the last ordinance I have for this evening is an amendment to the ordinance number 2022-16, which is the ordinance fixing salaries and wages for employees of the city of Decatur, and it makes reference to the new amendment to police and fire within Section 7, where it addresses holiday duty compensation for police and fire, but it also makes reference to the holiday schedule that's being included that now has 14 holidays, and it does relate back to the employee handbook, and those changes will be in the works. So this is a necessary step as well, but the section of the current salary ordinance that's being amended is Section 7, and then it includes the approved a copy of the approved holiday schedule within the amended ordinance.
If no discussion, I'll make a motion to place ordinance 2022-23 on its first reading by short title only. Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2022-23, an ordinance of the City of Decatur Common Council amending ordinance 2022-16, which fixed the salaries and wages for employees of the City of Decatur, Indiana for the year 2023 to include an additional holiday and include the 2023 holiday schedule.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-23 on its first reading. Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw,
Yes.
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Scott Murray,
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. Make a motion to place ordinance 2022-23 on its second reading by short title only. Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2022-23, an ordinance of the City of Decatur Common Council amending ordinance 2022-16, which fixed the salaries and wages for employees of the City of Decatur, Indiana for the year 2023 to include an additional holiday and include the 2023 holiday schedule.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-23 on its second reading. Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw,
Yes.
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Scott Murray,
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. I'll make a motion to suspend the rules to place ordinance 2022-23 on its third reading by short title only. Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2022-23, ordinance of the City of Decatur Common Council amending ordinance 2022-16, which fixed the salaries and wages for employees of the City of Decatur, Indiana for the year 2023 to include an additional holiday and include the 2023 holiday schedule.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-23 on its third reading. Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Craig Koshaw,
Yes.
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Scott Murray,
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes.
And I hope you enjoy that Martin Luther King Day. That's a lot of work.
So real quick, for you guys here,
Also work.
all those ordinances, two things happened. We had decided months ago that because we know that our employees are the biggest asset we have for the city, we decided to give a bonus out of the American Rescue Plan, which was money we received from the federal government. So one of the allowable uses was the bonus pay for the workers that had to work through the COVID time. So we decided to do that. Later we found out that they have to pay taxes on it because it was income, and then we also found out that their retirement money, we had to pay a portion of that out of that. So instead of just being able to give them a bonus, we had all these extra things that had to happen. So these ordinances or laws had to be rewritten to amend what was in there. The second thing was we added Martin Luther King Day as a paid holiday for the city next year. Because police and fire have a little bit different schedule, they don't get all the holidays off. They have floating holidays. So their schedule in the handbook had to be adjusted and changed to show how the police and fire were going to be awarded these days off. So all of that boringness that just happened was that was the two things that just happened there, but that's how we have to do it legally. So I know you guys are just staring, hearing all those numbers, not knowing what's going on.
I actually kind of followed along.
So those are the two things that just happened there. Okay. I'm going to let Jeremy step up and give us some good news.
Santa Claus came early this morning at 10 o'clock.
He did?
Yep.
All right.
Community crossing.
You betcha.
When the state of Indiana has money, it's good for the care.
That's such good news to see again.
I know I have one somewhere. Anyway.
With your support, obviously the state of Indiana, Governor Holcomb, our relationship with NDOT Fort Wayne District, we were again very successful in grant round 22-2 to pave an additional 13 streets. The match is $937,460.25. You go to the application page that you want to staple together. It will give you a description of the streets that were included in this round and all the pertinent information. So roughly, without putting this to bid, and basically anticipating petroleum prices in January, February, March, when we would bid this of next year, your rough total construction cost is $1,249,947. $1,249,947. We requested the funds of $937,460.25, so it was funded 100%.
Wonderful, wonderful. On the Monmouth Road, does that start at 2nd Street and go on to Pickway?
It goes all the way to Pickway.
Okay.
Nice.
Mercer Avenue is also on that list, and it will start where the roundabout or section improvement
Right. Thanks.
stops and goes all the way to Angus Drive, which is basically what I've been doing is picking out a workable starting point, and NDOT loves connection. They love connectivity. So what I do is I pick out streets that we paved last year, do one that runs right beside it.
Well, that will
Do
help.
another one that runs right beside it, so on and so forth, so you're building out.
That will really help Mercer there.
Correct. Back when Mr. Koshaw and his family owned Micah, and they did a lot of paving in town, you were looking at 20 to 25 years if you took care of your pavement. Anymore, you're only seeing 12 to 15 years, just due to
Change of the...
the amount of recycled asphalt and stuff that they're allowed to use. To buy the asphalt that Leica used to,
Virgin material.
that they used to sell, you wouldn't be paying hard bid anything if your price would be so high. So, this is very good news. We will need to do some utility work in those areas, so I wouldn't look for a paving contract to be underway early summer. It will probably be, 4 months later in the year to give us an opportunity to get the problem areas taken care of.
Infrastructure underneath.
I've talked with Kevin. Some of these areas are in some areas that we haven't touched in 35 years. 35 years. I don't, I grew up in part of that area and I don't ever remember seeing it paved. So we're being able to expand. We've got a very proactive maintenance plan that's allowing us to do that, and obviously with these funds that have been made available for the last 4 or 5 years, it's helped us immensely to try to get ahead. I can see us in another year or so to be doing more on the preventative maintenance side, doing more and more crack sealing every year, doing more and more of the center line striping, the stop bars and stuff, because we're going to be at that point. You have to protect what the investment that you're putting out now, because the 20, 25-year asphalt's gone. When you get down to 12 to 15 years, you need to make sure you're keeping it sealed up. You need to make sure that you're taking care of it.
So on Mercer, what you're talking about basically is 5 points out to Angus.
Correct.
That will all be new pavement.
Yep. You have, if you flip back through there, page 3, I believe. 4, page 4. Mercer Avenue, 16th Street, from Monroe to Nutman, West Fawn Drive, Stevenson Street, which has been a mess forever.
So that's taking care of all that section there.
5th Street from Adams to Patterson, another short little stretch. 9th Street from Dayton to Nutman, it's a terrible stretch. 17th Street out at the apartments, Monroe to Nutman. Nutman Avenue from 5th Street all the way to 13th. That's another very heavily traveled street.
Mm-hmm.
John Street down by Phyllis's. 5th Street, if you jump on the other side of the railroad tracks that I'm talking about, down around Lopez Lane, none of that's ever been touched. I know I've never done anything down there. Bill patched me it years ago because it's been slow a time or two, but as an asphalt, it's not there. Lopez Lane, Monmouth Road, just to name a few. So, very proud of this. I'm going to go back and at some point look back through what we've actually been awarded, kind of give you a little report, and then I do owe you a more lengthy report of where we actually are today compared to what we were back in 2016 when a lot of this program started, and then when we initiated our asset management plan. Last time I looked, before I turned in this year's numbers, we were up at 97, 98 percentile within the state. So, you have to be proud of what we have.
It's a huge difference.
So,
Yeah, this is a great program that Governor Holcomb and NDOT put together, and we've lucked out on it a few times, so that's great. They've really helped out our community and the streets.
Appreciate how Jeremy has stayed right on top of it and done the necessary work to make us look favorable and to get the job done. So thank you.
there's a lot behind the scenes that goes on.
Well, I know there is. So thank you.
I
You and your whole team.
looked up back there before I got up here, and don't quote me on the numbers. I can send them to you the numbers, but I believe they gave out another
$119 million today. So they've been running 119 to 120 million twice a year. So. But your whole team works together. And, yep. I don't plan on applying the next round, which next round is in January, obviously, but we can probably now in July is to take half hour, 45 minutes, some board works meeting or council meeting, whenever there's time, and actually go through our asset management plan and show you where you're at, get your feedback to see if we're at the point that, if we're going to set back a little bit, or, there is a couple little areas that we can do. So, I know I've been talking with Tyler, Community Crossings, he does not pay for major reconstruction. Tyler does have like 2.5 streets that needs major reconstruction. There's just not a lot of base under it, and I've actually paved it once already, and it's shot again. So we had to do something. So it may need some actual total reconstruction. It needs totally milled off the stone / dirt that's under it. Leaning more towards the dirt end of it. Mm-hmm. Needs to come out of there and new stone. Start a brand new. And then asphalt and stuff put on. So, we need to look at that in 22. I doubt it'll last another year if we don't do anything with it. Well, maybe 23. 24, I should say. We can discuss all that when we do our presentation.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right. Again, thank you to Governor Wolfman and NDOT for this program, keeping this program going every year, because it is a big deal. Do you have anything else?
Yeah. The boiler at the Riverside Center is need of replacing, and we have some money left over in the CCD fund from the elevator upgrade, and I didn't know if you guys had other plans to use or if we could just use those funds to replace that.
How much is it?
I think we got quotes on it. $20,145 was the lowest quote. Since it's a city building, I just thought that's probably something we should, instead of using park improvements or park monies, I think it's a city building, we should probably maintain it. But that's my opinion. So whatever you guys decide. So. But it does need replaced. So.
If that's the fund versus there's not more art money to be spent.
Yeah, there's lots of money in that art fund yet.
How much is left over from the elevator improvement?
$60,000.
Something came in under budget or what we had.
Well, we put extra in there in case you wanted to improve the inside of the elevator.
And I agree, it's a city building, we need to maintain it. I'm just not questioning that fund, I'm just thinking, what's the best fund for that to come out of? And was there any talk of, while we're upgrading that building, was there talk of upgrading bathrooms at that building? And where that...
I think there's some future plans for that area that I'd love to sit and talk to you guys about, talk to the Parks Board about, but on a bigger scheme of just making some major improvements around that area. And I think at that point, yeah, the bathrooms definitely need to be updated now. I think right now we need to get this boiler fixed.
motion to use the money from the leftover money from the elevator project to fix the boiler to her side.
I'll second.
Motion second, any more discussion?
Fix the boilers, 20 grand, we have 60 left over from the elevator. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay.
Thank you. That's all I have. Oh, I do want to announce that if anybody's coming to the redevelopment commission meeting, we normally meet in this room tomorrow night, but we're moving it to Belmont High School, and we're going to enter the S1 door and meet in the collaboration corner, room D101, at 5 o'clock. So if anyone wanted to attend that.
At the high school?
At the
Yeah.
high school.
We're going to take a tour of their trades classes tomorrow night. So,
You say that's at 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, yeah. And Ian has something, I believe, so.
Yep. So, my dad, Tim Baker, is being asked to represent the Maumee River Basin Commission for the remainder of 2022 and for the calendar year 2023. Because the city contracts with MRBC, it does, and my dad and I are in the same firm, it does create a conflict of interest. It's not anything that would prevent either one of us from representing the city or the River Basin Commission in any way. It's just that it needs to be consented to, and so I would entertain a motion to consent to representation, and I have that prepared, and you would just vote on that motion and then sign the written consent to that. Does anybody have questions about what that?
Do you want to explain it to the students real quick?
So, my dad and I work in the same law firm, and he would be representing one entity and I would be representing another. Those entities already work together. Because we're under the same roof, our rules of professional conduct say that we essentially have access to the same shared information, and we have an obligation to our clients to make sure that they're aware that there's a possibility that information may be shared. Now, do we? Of course not. Like, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't actually work that way, but it's implied. And so we need to make sure that our clients are aware of the appearance of a conflict of interest in that regard. So we're just making that known, and then we're asking that the council and my dad will take the same consent to the Maumee River Basin Commission, and their board will vote and enter into a written finding that says that they acknowledge the conflict and that it's okay to represent the commission.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The Maumee River Basin Commission works with flood problems around the Fort Wayne area, and they are the ones that, when you see some of the homes that we've purchased through grant funding and torn them down because they were in the floodplain, the Maumee River Basin Commission is the agency that helps us do that through grant funding.
Most recently, would it be
Right by
the
Belmont.
one that just was
Right by
torn
D&D.
down across from Belmont High School?
That was the 100th property that we bought with help of them. So, back in 2003, when we used to basically have to sandbag all these homes, now there's 100 of them that are out of the floodplain now. So, that was the whole idea for it.
And then within that same notion, I also have a uniform conflict of interest disclosure statement where I acknowledge who I am, who my dad is, what the nature of the conflict is, and that it's been acknowledged and approved by the mayor. So I would entertain a motion to approve acceptance of the uniform conflict of interest disclosure statement and approval for the mayor to sign.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
The mayor always needs something extra. So.
We have plenty of them.
You even have a stamp.
No?
You don't, do you?
No.
I know that handwriting. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else from you?
No.
Department heads. Jeremy.
Redevelopment Commission has, a few years ago, did a feasibility study on improvements along 13th Street. One of the projects that was picked out probably a year ago, a little over a year ago, 2 years ago, was the
yeah, something like that.
improvements at 13th and Bowman.
Right.
We had several pedestrian accidents, people trying to cross to get to the plaza. And this morning, Milestone, which was formerly Premco, has completed their work along that area. The sidewalk is in, all the stone, the landscaping and stuff's put back. We have just a little bit of work to do yet with Michiana Contractors to complete the signalization work. If you get a chance, stop out there, drive by. You don't even have to stop, take a look at it. The improvements was the sidewalk that runs along Bolden Street in front of Mixler Insurance.
I've heard some real positive comments.
A couple of handicap ramps that were not there in the past that's going to make it a lot safer for the pedestrians and limited mobility. So, very nice project. I want to thank the Redevelopment Commission for all the work and funding that project. So.
There were a lot of kids that were crossing, the highway, going from all the apartments over there to Kroger, the Dollar Tree, wherever, Dollar General. And when they crossed the street, they ended up in a turn lane. There was no sidewalk. There was no avenue for them to walk. So this was much needed, and it's finally just about done.
And not to steal Kurt's thunder, but where the project ends, they're at basically the intersection or the entrance that you go into the plaza. Taylor Gage has completed the stretch from that point all the way to the Hope Clinic on the one side, and now he's working on the other little short side, or the side between Bowman and in the back of Richard's Restaurant. This is going to be a great improvement for Village Green. When I take my ADA and limited mobility classes, they really stick it in your mind to, watch and ask questions. When you see people, the wheelchairs in the street, instead on the sidewalk. Ask them where they're going. Why are you in the street? And I've done that numerous times in that area and other areas just to help us identify our deficiencies.
Last night had an experience of a local restaurant here in Decatur that hasn't been built that long ago, and their doors do not have handicap accessible doors. And this individual, I assisted him to be able to get out of the restaurant. And I was really surprised.
Yeah, some of the classes, they've actually put us in wheelchairs and said, try to get around.
That didn't exist.
It's a whole lot different world. So, sidewalks been a great improvement out there. I encourage you to keep taking advantage of the residents, taking advantage of the sidewalk program, and also you as councilmen, elected officials. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Spank.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. Kurt.
Hank told me to take the mechanic job down there with
You're going to have some free time here pretty soon.
We were just talking about it.
Actually, you need to start pouring concrete again is what you need to do.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Gary.
I would just like to publicly thank the planning department for the efforts in the stormwater department assisting us with that lift station that went down the day before Thanksgiving. We came in that morning and found the situation, and by 3 in the afternoon, we had a sewer pump in, and everything was up and running again. So
Great. Great.
One of the things we don't like to have, but they handled it well, they worked together well, we had the right people in, we had contact with Boston wastewater, so we had Dave Laura pump over, Brandon didn't work, but it may have worked if we really had to. So, but that's it.
All right. Josh?
Cameron and getting parts pieces around for the lift station, the valve vault that Gary's talked about.
And how many feet did you camera recently?
We did 1,500 last few days.
1,500 feet of sewer line in the last few days, so that's
I
good.
found some other GE issues, so we'll
Good.
be fixing that here for long.
All right, thanks. Chief?
Nope, good.
Nope. All right. Anything from council?
Special thanks to Louise Ray, Karen Baker, and Kathy Graves for putting on over the last 25 years, putting on the Christmas tree lighting. They retired this year. They had gifts. It was a cold Saturday afternoon, but, you know, there was a lot of people out there. Santa Claus was out there on the plaza in the house, and just wanted to once again thank those ladies for what they've done. They're passing the baton next year, and they had mentioned that afternoon. They really appreciated the city employees getting the lights on the tree because everybody seems to be getting older, and you guys did a phenomenal job. And actually, the first time we plugged it in, it worked, which was nice. But I just wanted to say thank you to those ladies for putting on something and making it a special day for our community.
Yeah, that's a special group of women there. They, I always say all the time that this city and all the events we have are made up because of all the great volunteers we have in this community, and those three right there are willing to step up and help quite often. So it was a great event. There was a lot of kids there. It was a great time, and it's made possible because of them. So thank you to them. Anybody else? Anything from public?
I included in my story about Saturday afternoon, I made some positive points about how much our town cares for our children and all that involve the kids. I brought that out, and I just thought that was neat.
It was a great event. It was probably 2 hours afterwards before I could feel my toes.
I needed somebody to make a comment, to make that point, and so I attributed him to the mayor, and he was all right with it later on.
Yep. One thing I just wanted to bring up to you guys real quick, that Jeremy and myself and Jamie and Kevin have been looking into other programs because our what is it called on the website right now? The problem reporter, where people can go on and report issues around the town. It's run its course, its age, its needs updated. So we are in the middle of talking to some companies. I think you walked in the other day when we were in a virtual meeting, so we're trying to scope that out. Hopefully soon.
User-friendly.
Hopefully we'll bring you guys something soon that to go forward with.
Good.
With new software. So I think it's a great tool. I mean, it may need remarketed again to get it out there to people, but it's just a great tool for people to be able to bring up problems, and they can see where we're at on fixing them. So
Great.
okay, if nothing else.
You're welcome.
Motion to pay the claims?
Second.
Motion is second to pay the claims. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
And a motion to adjourn?
Second. Motion is second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.